Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Off the Bounce, episode 21. I'm your host, Slam the Bookie. These are my co hosts, Alpha Dog Bets and Hefe Picks. How were your guys' weekends?
It was a good weekend. Glad to be back. Excited to dive into tonight's NBA slate. How are you, Hefe?
Looking forward to it, man. Couple days off the mic. Enjoyed a good weekend of sports. Yesterday was a crazy football day, but it's an NBA Monday, and I couldn't be happier and more excited, boys.
For sure. All right, boys. Before we get started, as always, special thank you to Pure Ways for sponsoring this show. If you guys haven't, make sure to give him a follow on Twitter. He is the best in the business, guys, hands down. Not a lot of NBA this past weekend. Some surprising teams have just been covering and winning. Teams that aren't supposed to be winning. It's kind of weird. The Rockets, the Spurs, the Grizzlies have been impressive, and the Cavs. You guys have any thoughts on them, or
Yeah,
what do you guys think?
I got one that's on the top of my head, if you don't mind, Alpha. I'll start with the Rockets, man. I mean, this is a team that's now won 6 games in a row. Now, we can speak about their opponents not being the cream of the crop of the NBA. I want to echo what I said on Friday. Who made the Rockets schedule? It is unbelievably easy. I mean, they go from playing back-to-back versus the Thunder to playing the Magic to playing the Pelicans, but nonetheless, it's the NBA, and 6 in a row is 6 in a row. But guys, do you know that they've won all 6 without Jalen Green, the number 2 overall pick? And looking deeper into that, I saw that he has the worst plus-minus of any player in the league. That's scary.
That's something to be worrisome about, too. I mean, the number 2 overall pick, he needs to produce for you guys, and when he's out of the lineup, they're playing significantly better. So that's something to watch, but also he's new to the league. He didn't play in college. He comes from the G League, so it's going to take a little time to get acclimated. He's allowed to have this time, but a little concerning for Rockets fans. The biggest to me right now is the Cleveland Cavs. They're covering 77.3% at all games, 17-5 this season against the spread. And who would have expected it from this roster? What's the biggest takeaway you're seeing from all this, Slam? Which team is surprising you?
I mean, teams without their star player. I mean, like the Grizzlies right now. They're really impressive, man. You got players stepping up. They're really balanced across the boards. Guys are stepping up. They're scoring. Desmond Bain is putting up career numbers. Just overall impressive without Ja Morant. And then, I'm excited to see how this plays out and how well the Grizzlies are going to play without Ja Morant here. But other than that, man, the Rockets are just on fire. I don't know what to say. I thought the Rockets were going to lose tomorrow, man. They weren't favored at home, and I was just like, this line is just sketch. Like, it's going to be Pelicans. I didn't bet it, but I thought the Rockets were going to lose, but I was wrong. They easily covered and won. So,
as our resident Rocket fan, Slam the Bookie, must be enjoying this. I mean, it's been a rough couple of years for you guys, so I'm glad to see you guys having some sort of winning streak there in Houston. Good for the fans, and it's better for basketball, when teams aren't staying at the bottom, seem to be progressing a bit. But we have a huge slate today, guys. Let's jump into today's game so we can get people as much action as we can. Slam, you want to take us to the breakdown?
For sure. All right, boys. If you guys are watching, please retweet this video, leave a comment, share your picks. Let us know what plays you're playing.
Yes.
If you're telling, let us know. But we're going to jump right into the early game here. 76ers versus the Hornets, line sitting at 6.5 for the 76ers. You got a couple guys out for COVID. I know LaMelo is out. Rozier is out. So there's going to be no point guard really for the Hornets here. I guess Smith is starting. But yeah, impressive win yesterday at the Hawks, but they are on the back-to-back here. No play for me. Hefe, Alpha, anything you like on this game?
This is a tough one. Hornets have won a couple games in a row at home, but like you said, so many players out, coming off a back-to-back. This is a tough spot for me to back the Hornets. This is a layoff for me. A really big layoff. I can't see myself backing the Hornets that just came off a big win last night. A lot of injuries, and with COVID, you have to worry about factors like fatigue. And with the 76ers, roller coaster season. I can't back them on the road. This is a layoff. I can't even give a lean.
There's a lot of players out for Charlotte, like we said. They got through last night, but it's difficult when you're limited on depth to do it 2 games in a row. Like Slam said, they're going to be without LaMelo. They don't have Rozier as well, but they also don't have Jaden McDaniels. He's a good player for them as well. Off a back-to-back, I'm a little hesitant on taking them, so this is going to be a layoff for me. I do lean the Hornets by the points because Philly seems to play down to their competition every single game. They get up for the big games. They don't get up for the smaller games. And this is one I just don't have a good read, so I'm going to lay off as well. It looks like Plumlee's still out as well, so they're going to be missing a lot in their front court as well. So definitely a layoff for me. Slam, do you have any action?
No action for me, man. Too many players out. If I were to give a lean here, I like the Hornets, man. Value at home, plus the 6.5. But yeah, man, no official play here, just a lean. Let's jump right into the next one. I think this line is interesting here. Thunder versus the Pistons. Pistons are actually favored for the second time this season, -3, and they should be. I mean, the Thunder got blown out.
Shellacked.
Grizzlies. And honestly, guys, I think this is a good spot for the Thunders to bounce back here. I might sound crazy, but what do you guys think?
That's tough, man. That's
tough. Yeah, this is tough. I'll tell you, I was leaning the Thunder until I saw that Shea's playing. And now that Shea's playing and the Pistons are still favored, I'm kind of leaning the Pistons. But guys, these are 2 teams that have lost 8 games in a row, respectively. Like the Thunder have lost 8 in a row, and the Pistons have lost 8 in a row. There's 10 NBA games tonight. Maybe put your money on the teams that are not just losing every single game. Now, I know that sometimes this type of a game is like the perfect spot. My lean is the Pistons, but I can't with the right mind pick this game to put my hard-earned money on. Alpha, you got anything for this?
I do lean the Pistons in this one, guys. It all depends which team we get shows up for Oklahoma City. Is it going to be the NBA Oklahoma City Thunder, or are we getting the University of Oklahoma City again, where they lost by 73 points? I think the Pistons are a decent team. They're starting to improve. The total's interesting. Do you guys see the total sitting at 204.5 points? To me, that line screams under. I definitely see both teams struggling offensively. So on the side, how I do lean the Pistons, I am taking the under tonight, guys. The under 204.5. I know it's a scary total with it being so low, but that's just showing you how bad offensively both these teams have been. So give me the under at 204.5. Slam, do you have any action on this one?
Man, I kind of agree with you. Especially last game, the Thunders gave up 150 points. You got to think they bounce back here, man. Have a little pride. I know they're not going to make the playoffs, but Shea is back in the lineup. It's a good spot to back Thunder, but it's not an official player thing. I lean the Thunder here, but both these teams are not good, and I'm not putting any of my hard-earned money on them. But yeah, let's move on to the next game, guys. And again, we have a lot of games today, so please retweet this video, share your picks with us, comment. Thank you all for the support. Let's jump right into the Grizzlies versus the Heat. Line sitting at 4.5. Hefe, you're the Heat expert. You love Tyler Hero on the spot, and he needs to show up big time. What's your thoughts?
Memphis, like we were just talking about these teams that are just on fire right now. Memphis is one of them. Literally set the record for biggest defeat in NBA history. Doing this all without John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. taking over, kind of coming into his own as an NBA player, really, and earning his contract. He got paid $100 million in the offseason. The Heat are in a tough spot. Bam out, Jimmy out. It's all on Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero. And God damn it, I'm rolling with the Heat tonight.
You might get Jimmy Butler back. I'm seeing things that he should go through warm-ups.
The Heat tonight. I do not believe in the Grizzlies. I do not care that they've won 4 in a row. I do not care that that they literally won a game by 70 points. Heat -4.5. Lock it in. Not a best bet, but my play on this game. Alpha, you tailing or you fading?
Right now, I'm not exactly sure which I'm going to do because it's so hard to go against Memphis right now that this is another opportunity game that I think I'm going to lay off of. I need to see the Heat put up a big win. I need to see them play well without Bam and really perform. Hey, I hope I do because I'm laying off. I'm not going against you on this one. I do lean the Heat, but I need to see a good performance. So until I see that performance, I'm not touching them. And what's up with the Memphis Grizzlies, man? They're playing like the 96 Bulls. You can't stop them. They're putting up insane points every game, and they're showing up. So for me, I'm laying off, guys. Slam, do you have any action?
No action, but I agree with Alpha here, man. Grizzlies are just too hot right now to fade, and they're getting plus 4.5 on the road here. There's value there with the Grizzlies, and like I said, with John Moran out, other players are stepping up, man. You got guys scoring double digits all around. Desmond Bane's just putting up career numbers right now.
Yeah.
And the Heat just have Tyler Hero. Maybe if Butler plays, they might have a chance, but I think without Bam, they're struggling right now. But I don't know. It's too hard to take a side here. The Grizzlies are due for some regression, and it might come today or tomorrow or next game. But yeah, no play for
One
me,
thing
boys.
I want to add to that as well. I'm definitely not taking this game. If we get Jimmy active and the line doesn't move a ton, I would like the Heat and Jimmy's return game. But like I said, until we get that information, it's a layoff for me.
For sure. All right, boys, let's jump into the game of the day, in my opinion. Nuggets versus the Bulls. The Nuggets are off a win in New York. Sorry, guys. And
everyone wins in New York.
Versus the Bulls. They're off a win against Brooklyn. I have a play on this game, but I'm going to take this to Alpha. What's your thoughts on this game?
I'm going to start with this one and just say that me and Hefe are going to be on one side and you are going to be on the other side. And I know just by you bringing this in, you knew that I was going to be on the Bulls tonight. Hey, first of all, Cluck bets undefeated. Haven't touched me yet. Let's go Bulls. But Slam, is this going to be a 2-for-1 Cluck bet? Because I'm down to challenge you on it. I'm taking the Bulls -3 at home. They've been playing some good basketball. I know Denver's look good, but they beat up on the lowly Knicks, who have a lot of issues right now. The Knicks have not looked good in a while, so I'm not taking any kind of factors into that. So give me the Bulls at home, the 3 points. I think they'll get it done by much more than that. Hefe, tell the people why you agree with me. At least I'm assuming you agree with me.
I'm on the Bulls. I see them at -3. Money line's at -155. If that dips to -150, I'm snagging that. Nuggets play to their competition. They go to the Garden. They play good against the Knicks. They go to Miami. They play good against the Heat. But they lose to teams that are faster and more athletic than they are.
Yes, they do.
When Jokic who's not the most athletic guy, but I mean, he's an amazing NBA player, MVP. He can make things happen from any point in the court. But in terms of athleticism on the wings, remember, the Nuggets, no Michael Porter, no Jamal Murray. It's just Jokic out there. And I love the Bulls in this situation, man. I think the Bulls are hot. They're deep, and they are so much more athletic than the Nuggets. Give me the Bulls -3. But Slam, please give us your reasonings why you're backing the Nuggets.
All right, boys. Y'all gave some good stats on the Bulls for sure, and the Nuggets are without a lot of. They have a lot of injuries. Michael Porter, and that's big. And I could get some stats and stuff, but this line is so sharp tonight, boys. Like +3.5. It opened at 5. Now it's opened at 4, dropped all the way down to 3.5. Seeing a majority of the action is on Bulls.
Bro, it's a half point. You say it's a half-point line. I mean, it's not all the way from 4 to 3.5. I mean, it's 4 to 3.5. It's not like they're taking a big leap to get down to that 3.5 number.
This is a type of game where you just don't look at stats, don't look at any capping type of, and you kind of just have to fade the public in this spot, man. The value is there for the Nuggets. They're off a great win. The Bulls are returning home after a good win at the Nets, this past weekend. But I don't know. I think the Nuggets get it done. They win outright. It's one of those type of games.
Outright. He's saying out, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from Slam the Bookie.
I'm taking the points here.
Okay, he's taking the points. He's taking the points. It's going to be a good game. It's definitely the game of the night. I'm just giving you some crap, man. I definitely don't think it's a bad reason to be on the Nuggets tonight. I just think the Bulls have too much firepower. The double dip Cluck play 2-on-1.
Shake hands.
Done. I can't. Oh, we're gonna get it. Someone besides Hefe is gonna Cluck. It's gonna be at least me. Wait. So congratulations.
So if I win, you both have to Cluck, right?
We'll do a Cluck. We'll do it together, and we'll do it in harmony.
We'll Cluck at each other
all morning. So we're so confident we are gonna see you Cluck. I cannot wait. Stamp it in.
Guys,
what's the
honestly,
next game we have?
We'll see.
I don't know about this Nuggets Bulls game being the game of the night. I see one that we're about to talk about right now that, in my opinion, is a very interesting game. with a
I know what
very
you-
interesting line with two teams that, if in the beginning of the season you told me this is a game I'd care about, I would tell you absolutely not. You're wrong.
Which game is that,
Introduce it for
Hefe?
us.
Bring us
Uh,
in.
the- It's the Cavs and the Bucks, guys. It's the Cavs and the Bucks. The Cavaliers, out of all those teams that we spoke about earlier, those teams that are just good out of nowhere, the Cavaliers to me are the only ones that are truly, actually a real team. And it's purely because of their size and their big men and how versatile they are and how the rest of the league is moving away from that style of offense. But the Cavs are embracing it with Evan Mobley, with Jared Allen, with Ricky Rubio finding the fountain of youth, Darius Garland, Larry Markkinen. I mean, this is a team that was supposed to be a bottom feeders. By the way, I think people have forgotten Colin Sexton's out for the year.
Yep.
This is not supposed to be happening to this team. And they are sitting at 13-11. They are covering machines. Second best against the spread team in the league, first on the road. Looking for their fourth straight road win tonight. Guys,
Don't do it.
This is a game. This is a game.
Guys, I cannot bet for or against the Cavs. I just can't bet on them because they're the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know that they're not the historic Cleveland Cavaliers, but they still have the name on their jerseys, but they're getting different results than previous Cavaliers teams. They've been unbelievable. All the respect to JV Bickerstaff. I mean, they've done a great job in Cleveland. But guys, how do you take them against the Bucks? And on the other side, how do you take the Bucks against the Cavs right now? It's a tough game to cap. What are you feeling in this one, Hefe?
Guys, I'm going with the Bucks. I just went on my soapbox. I just told you about the Cavs.
Bro, you made it seem like you're gonna take the Cavs.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, the Bucks are built to beat this Cavs team because Giannis Antetokounmpo is basically
Every team is.
No, obviously not every
No,
team.
not
You need athletic big men
Yep.
that can stretch the floor and make the Cavs big men get out of the paint. Or you need forwards that are strong rebounders. Well, the Bucks pretty much have the best one. And his name is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I know he's listed as day-to-day. If he goes, Bucks win. -6.5 is the line. Bucks are at home. It's a big line, but the Cavs can't keep doing this every night. I know they literally just lost to the Jazz by 1 point the other night, which was extremely impressive.
Yesterday.
You would tell me that Rudy Gobert is the best defensive player in the league, so he should have canceled them out, but he didn't. I'm going with the Bucks tonight. I'm going with the Bucks tonight. It's just a field play. I'm looking at these teams. I'm looking at these rosters. I'm thinking to myself, the Cavs have to come back to earth, and the Bucks are going to play like the Bucks.
I lean the Bucks, but I've leaned every team against the Cavs recently. I just haven't been playing them. I understand why you're on the Bucks side. I'll be rooting for you, but in this one, guys, I'm not going to have any action until the Cavs come back down to earth. Slam, do you have any action on this one?
Alpha, you don't want to collab on the Bucks? Because I'm on the Bucks with Hefe. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Like Hefe said, man, the Cavs got to come back to earth eventually, right? Regression's got to hit. They're off a back-to-back. Close game against the Jazz. And now they're on the road again, in Milwaukee here against Giannis. So, I mean, I personally think the line is baiting you to take
the
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What you think the line will keep going down? I think majority of the public is riding the Cavs. I mean, why not? The trend's
I
been
don't.
I can see this line. I can only see this line moving to 6 max.
So do I. It's going to stay in the same realm.
You got to make it sexy for Cavs backers. And for some reason, that number around 6 is where like their sweet spot is.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I like the Bucks in this spot. I mean, blowout win here, cover spread.
All right, so we got 2 of my boys on them. We have Slam on the Bucks. We have Hefe on the Bucks. I'm still in no play, but I am going to be rooting heavy.
Come on, Alpha,
in this spot.
Jump on.
And we'll see if y'all can convince me later. But what else we got? What's the next game on the side? We have some good ones we're about to get into.
Let's talk about this game. Spurs versus the Sun. Line sitting at
another one.
-7 Suns. The Spurs are off a win at the Warriors, guys. The Spurs team has been so hot right now, similar to the Cavs team. So you could say Spurs are getting some value here. Suns don't have D Booker. What are your thoughts on this game, Alpha?
Man, this is another one. It's tough. There's no D book, and the line is sharp. 7.5 is such a tough number for teams to cover in the NBA. But the Suns play such better defense right now. They've put more of a focus on defense with Devin Booker being out. That's not to say they're a better defensive team without D-Book. It's just that they're putting their focus and their emphasis in game on defense, and they're playing good basketball. So 7.5 isn't out of the realm. But because of that, guys, I love the under, the 216.5. It's pretty high. The Suns are going to try and limit the possessions, and the Spurs are going to try and limit possessions. So give me the under at 216.5. That's one of my favorite plays tonight. Hefe, do you have any action on this one?
Guys, I mean, this is like a carbon copy of this Cavs Bucks, right? Hot underdog team coming into town to face one of the best teams in the league. And for some reason, guys, I feel differently about this one than the Cavs Bucks. I lean Spurs here, and I don't know why my head and my heart are aligned. I think coaching-wise, Greg Popovich is the best coach in the league, and his team has won 4 games in a row. They're hot. The not to say the Suns aren't. They're 19-4. I mean, they're literally the second best team in the league. But if you guys remember, the Suns during this big win streak that they had, they were not covering machines, guys.
Yep,
They were winning games by 4 or 5 points, and we kind of forgot about that with all this Warriors Suns hoopla that we just went through last week. Guys, I like the Spurs. Plus 7.5 tonight. The Suns will win. I think the Spurs keep it close. There's something about a young team with momentum here, with a good old school style coach that keeps pushing them, right? And that's what the Spurs have right now. Dejounte Murray's a stud. And I like the Spurs here plus 7.5. It's my play for this game.
Slam, do you have any action?
Yeah, man. Hefe, you made a great point, man. I'm staying away from this game personally. The Suns kind of screwed up our collab last game against the Warriors there. But anyways, they're due for a bounce back here, back at home. Yeah. Spurs due for a potential letdown. So that's kind of why I'm staying away from this spot right here. The line is it's kind of saying Suns in my opinion. But again, you kind of don't know what you're getting with the Spurs teams right now. They're playing really well. Murray's having a great year. I'm staying away from this game. I lean the Spurs in this spot, but no play from me. Let's jump right into maybe the last game of the day. Clippers.
Two more. We still have to get a little bit in on this Hawks T-Wolves matchup tonight. Okay. I got a couple things on this one.
All right, Alpha. Let's do Hawks versus T-Wolves. Line sitting at -2.5 T-Wolves. Alpha, you want to break this one down for it?
Yeah, guys, the Hawks are coming in off a back-to-back yesterday where they had a very disappointing loss. I believe they were home against the Hornets, and the Hornets got it done outright. So I think tonight's a perfect spot for the over between these two teams. I think we're not going to see a lot of defense. I think we're going to see a ton of offense. The Timberwolves play run and gun all day long. They're fast-paced, and it's only at 222.5. I thought this would be a little higher, closer to 230, but if you're going to get this in the low 220s, I think it's a great spot. The only issue I see right now is, are we going to see Cat play and are we going to see D'Angelo Russell play? Both listed as questionable. If both those guys go, the over is one of my favorite plays of the day. So I wanted to get that in here, guys. I know this isn't the juiciest matchup tonight. The Hawks on the road. A lot of people are afraid of the Hawks on the road, and it's the T-Wolves. But with that total at 222.5, if they have all their weapons playing tonight, I love that play. Hefe, do you have anything on this one?
Yeah, simple. I like the Hawks tonight. Plus 2.5 on the road, coming off a bad loss versus the Hornets yesterday. I think it's a spot for Trae Young and John Collins to put on a little show against T-Wolves team that's a little bit banged up. Cat plays, Cat doesn't play. It doesn't really matter to me. I like the Hawks in the spot. Better team wins tonight in Minnesota. Slam, anything?
No play for me, boys. But I'll be rooting for the under. Hey, the over, right? You said over?
Over.
And the Hawks. All right, boys, let's jump right into our last game of the day here, Clippers versus the Blazers. I do like this game, but if I'm not in this game, so break this one down for us.
Guys, I like the Blazers tonight, and I know that's just a weird thing to say. I like I have watched this Clippers team play an embarrassing amount of times, guys. I'm going to look right into the camera. I have stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning to watch the Clippers break my heart in the last 2.5 weeks, probably 4 times. I could have slept better. My skin would have been better. My next day would have been better. My whole life flow would have been better. But instead, I chose to put my hard-earned money and my time into watching the Los Angeles Clippers absolutely play like garbage.
First of all,
CJ McCollum takes over tonight. Hold on. CJ McCollum takes over tonight. Oh, damn, you want to play with Ben Simmons? Psych. CJ dropping 35 and 10 tonight and showing Dame why he's the Robin to his Batman. Mic drop. Please tell me why you're on the Clippers, Alpha.
Didn't you just fade the Clippers on Friday with your big Lakers battle of the Crypto Center, Staples Center, Lakers Center, Crypto Center, Lakers Center? It was Clippers Center, outright underdog winner, and now you're just going to go back and saying they're breaking your heart? Yes, they broke your heart because they were the team that won and you were on the Lakers. So to clarify, they broke your heart because they did win last week. Clippers are the better team, guys. Clippers are the better team.
Matter of fact, I'm going to make an even more blanket statement. The Los Angeles basketball teams, they need to combine into one right now. I think that's the best chance that they have to win a championship. They should just say, screw it. Just combine.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. They already have the arena, but on the other end of that, we could say that about our Knicks and the Nets because the Knicks are absolutely dog crap right now. But anyway, I digress. Back to this game. The Clippers are in form. Luke Kennard, you guys know how I feel about Lukey Kennard. Monster game on Friday. He's the one who took them over the top against the Lakers. He had 2 threes in the final minute. He was on fire. The Clippers are shooting well, and there's no Damian Lillard again, guys. Give me the Clippers. I know it's a road game. It's right down the street in Portland. Clippers get it done. Give me by the 3 points. Slam, tell me on the Clippers as well. I need you to also see some sense in this game.
I feel a Portland vibe from Slam.
There's no Portland vibe coming from Slam.
I'm back in the Blazers right now with plus the 3. Dude, Blazers play absolutely the best basketball at home right now. They're getting plus 3. I get it, no Dame, blah, blah, blah. And they got kind of blown out against the Celtics in the last game at home. I expect to bounce back here, man. This Clippers team isn't impressive as of late. They lost to the Kings, bro. They lost to the Kings. Come on.
I mean, come on, guys. We're saying that Portland's one of the best teams at home. They're ranked 9th in the NBA at home because they keep losing at home as of late. They're 8-5 against the spread.
They're getting plus 3, though.
Against the spread, though, they're dropping down that ranking. They were number 1 at home for a while. It was them and the Hawks back and forth. Now they're sitting around 9th or 10th. They have not been getting it done at home. Just as of recency, which is looking at it through a microscope, which me and Hefe always try to not do, but they have not been playing good basketball right now. They have not been playing good basketball. So give me the team that's more informed. I like the hotter teams to continue rolling right now. But guys, we have 2 minutes left. We have to give the people our best bets. Wade to LeBron. I'll start, guys. My first bet tonight is going to be the Bulls. Give it at the over 2 or the -3 at -115. I got the hook there. I see it at a -105 on FanDuel at 3.5. So I'm taking it at -3, buying the hook for some security. Give me the over in the Hawks versus the Timberwolves game. That's sitting at 222.5. Those are going to be my best 2, plus the Clippers -3 will round out my best 3. Slam. First, we have a Hefe. You gonna give the picks first, or what's going on here?
Let Slam go. Let Slam go. I'll go last,
Okay.
so I can give a little surprise at the end.
Okay.
All right, boys. So my first pick, we are going with the Nuggets plus a 3.5. We got the official play between Alpha, Hefe, and myself against me. So 2 against 1 here. And then I'm riding the Bucks minus the 6.5, I believe. Still, 6.5.
Yes,
buy it down, but I like the Bucks. You can buy it down to 6, but I like the Bucks to roll here. They win by.
Don't say Blazers. Don't say Blazers.
Third play of the day. We are taking Blazers plus the 3, boys. Let's get it. 3-0 sweep. Let's get it. All right.
Oh, Slam, you're gonna love my 3. I'm rolling with the Bulls -3 as my first one. I actually see -3 on FanDuel. My second one, Bucks -6.5. My third one, Blazers plus 3, baby.
Wow, we're on the same play.
But everybody, before we move on and close out the show, I got a special guest with me. I'm on vacation in South Carolina, a little golf outing, and I got the one and only at Seek Picks on Twitter right next to me is about to give all of you the triple lock of the day.
Let's get it.
What's up? It's Sick Picks. My lock of the day has to be Hawks plus 2.5.
Oh,
I love it. They're on a 3-game road win streak, coming off a bad loss last night. It's got to be the lock of the night.
You heard it
Guys,
here,
Right,
folks.
you had it.
guys, just so you guys know, guest pickers on this show are want to know. We're looking for our guest pickers to go 2-0. Seek Picks coming in, stepping up, giving you the Hawks. We appreciate that, Seek Picks. Thank you very much. Slam,
Yes, sir.
give a shout out.
boys.
Do what you do.
All right, boys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. As always, if you were watching, please retweet, like, share, comment. And as always, thank you to Pierre Waits for sponsoring the show. If you haven't,
Go.
give him a follow. He is the best in the business. All right, boys. See you all tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Standard
And
Time.
Slam, I can't wait to see you.
Good touch. CJ McCollum dropped